Shalom, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, Barakathum. I had a dream. This isn't a recent dream. This is a dream that I should have posted years ago, and I didn't post it because I didn't feel led. I told a few people, though. I told my husband, told my best friend, I told my daughter, and like 2 other sisters. So they can definitely comment down below. But time is flying by so quickly. I think that it could have been like 2 years, but as fast as time going by, it could have been 3. And it's a beautiful dream. So I don't always post every dream that I have. I should have posted it. I really should have posted it. Okay, so the dream starts out. I'm actually at my house where I live now, and my oldest daughter is saying that she's gonna go meet up with a friend so that they can go to this grocery store called Kroger. So when my daughter goes, she leaves. It's me, my husband, my daughter, my oldest daughter, my 2 youngest daughters, and my son. We're all at the house. When she leaves, it's kind of like we all were planning on going somewhere, but she went to Kroger first. So she had a change of plans or whatever. She went to Kroger. She was like, I'll meet up with y'all afterwards. Slack it. So when she leaves, the scene changes, but the plan is still the same. The best way I can describe the location, we were still at home, but not my home where I actually live now. It was home in the dream. But what stood out to me was all of these tall buildings, lots of tall buildings, right? Put me in the mind of New York, but the way the building looked next to our building, it was like cobblestone-y kind of a building. And then the street that we lived on was like cobblestone-y. So it reminded me of like Italy or something, right? So, the way this house was set up, it wasn't a house. It was like high-rise apartments, but they were really, really upscale. And from where I'm standing, remembering, like, the whole dream took place right in this one room that was kind of like a living room space that was connected to an open kitchen. So it was like an open floor plan. And all of that top floor plan where we were, because it was levels. Even though we were in like this building, it was levels to, so weird. It was levels to where we lived. Like our actual unit there was levels like upstairs and downstairs on top of it being a high rise, which is so weird. But anyway, long story short, everything took place upstairs in the living room space that was connected to the kitchen that was open and whatnot. That whole top level was all glass windows. The only walling was on the sides, but the whole front of the entire upstairs part, a part of the apartment, townhome, whatever it was all window. So that view was crazy. So you could see like the whole entire city, and no buildings was blocking it, okay? You can see buildings afar off, but you can see everything. Like, you can see everything, the entire city. And kind of like when you're on a plane and you're just getting ready to land, and then you look down and you see the whole entire city. Like, you see the lights, you see the streets, you see the apartments, the buildings, you see the homes, the commercial property. It looked like that. That's what the view looked like. So, but looking off to the right of us, or that portion of the window, you could see the next building that was very close. It was like just like a thin little alley street that separated us from that building. That's how close the buildings were together. And so I'm the children are doing whatever they're doing, kind of like playing or whatnot. My husband was doing something. I think he was on a phone call. So I was just watching. How about you? I just had my spirit looking out the window, like enjoying the view. But then all of a sudden, at a long, far distance to the right of our building, I see this fireball coming from the sky, right? Like super fast, red, amberish, like that, right? And it boom, it hits the ground. Like it could have been possibly like I don't know how many miles away, but it was way further out. I just seen it, right? I didn't get scared. I wasn't afraid or nothing, right? So I just kind of watched the first one. I didn't say anything. I don't know if I was in shock or what, but I seen it and I was like, what was that, right? It kind of looked like a meteor. And then so another one, but you can hear it real faint, like barely hear it, but you can see the impact was like boom, like that. You just couldn't hear the boom that good. It was like very subtle. And then I seen after that one hit, then I seen another one coming down right next to it. Like that, coming down real fast like that. Then you see another mushroom cloud go up. At this time, I'm like, babe, come here, look. I'm still not scared though. I'm not afraid. I'm like, babe, look, it's happening. It's starting to happen right now. So me and him, we looking out the window and he was like, oh, wow, that's dope. Like it's crazy because the spirit that we were in, we knew what it was. We knew that it was like the war was getting ready to happen, but we were not afraid, right? So as that second one hit, of course, they start inching closer and closer. Second, third, fourth, fifth, like it was just all simultaneously just hitting. And every time it hit, the blast got closer, louder, and louder till we began to start feeling the impact of them. And so we were just watching like it was like the 4th of July and we're watching fireworks, right? And we're just seeing this whole city just be destructed from a distance. So by the 10th one, it started getting closer and closer to us, right? And the closer it got to us, it was like this. Okay, so the building that was next to us, the one I was talking about, that looked like cobblestoney, there was one next to it. It was like all our buildings was lined up to each other, lined up right alongside each other. And there was thin little alleyways, streets separating us, right? So when it got to the 10th one, I counted 10. The 11th one would have been the building next to us. And the 12th one would have been our building, right? So when that 10th one hit, I started to get kind of nervous because I'm like, I'm seeing all of these buildings get knocked down. Everything is just like demolished, right? So when that 11th one hit, as the 11th one was coming, it was so close. I could see it spinning through the fire, right? I could see the actual missile like spinning like a whirlwind, like you know how, I don't know if y'all know about jacks. Like back in the day we used to have jacks, right? The little jacks and the little ball or whatever. You know, you spin that jack, how it be, yeah, that's how you could see it doing. I saw the missile twirling, like spinning like that within the fire, right? And I panicked now because I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I wasn't afraid the whole time because I'm like, we're going to be delivered. We're going to be delivered up out of it, you know, by the skin of our teeth, scarcely saved. Whew. When it hit that building next to us, that 11th one hit that building next to us, I just started praying to Yahweh Shai. I was like, Yahweh Shai, please, where you at? You supposed to come get us? Like, please protect us. So my husband was like, y'all go over there, run over there by the other window. So the windows that are behind, look, let me calm down so I can. The windows that are in front of us, the ones that are just all glass, we had windows behind us, right? So the whole entire dream, I'm facing like the west, right? And when that 11th one is coming to hit the building next to us, I started panicking. So my husband was like, run over there. Y'all all go over there. It's like, so behind us is another window, right? In the kitchen, like right by where the kitchen refrigerator is. And then it's like kind of like where the couch is right next to it. So there's a window over there. My husband's like, go run over there. So I tell the children, I told my son, because I had at that time, Naraya, my youngest, she was like, I don't know, she could have been like 1. I think she was barely walking. So I told my son, I said, throw the girls on the floor. So I had my son put Naraya on the floor. Then my my 6-year-old that's now they're 3 years apart. So I guess Nevaeh could have been 3 if Nariah was almost 1. Whatever. I don't know. It was like, this is how we did it, okay? So the Nariah was on the baby was on the floor. My third youngest jumped on top of her. My son jumped on top of the girls, and then I jumped on top of my son. And simultaneously, as it was going down, my husband grabbed this entertainment system that we had, china cabinet, not entertainment system, a china cabinet that like was a dresser drawer. But he grabbed it and he put it on his back and hopped over us. And when he hopped over us, that 12th missile hit our building. And when it hit our building, you can hear everything. You can feel the ground shaking. You hear everything. It was like, boom, like you can hear it and you can feel the heat from it. But you can hear it subtly, like the very first one that I heard. But it's so weird because it's like you can feel the impact of how strong it was, but it was like, there was a barrier around us. Like there was a barrier around us to where that we didn't feel that full impact. But this is how it sounded when it hit our building. It sounded like, whoo, like, and it had a humming sound, right? And we stayed there. We could feel the heat. We were just praying like, protect us, help. Like, just calling out to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. The girls were kind of like screaming, and my son, he didn't say anything. My husband didn't say anything. So when everything got quiet, we were like, wait, we still here. We still here. Like, we still alive. We alive, right? So we slowly lifted up. My husband slowly lifted up. And when he lifted up, that china cabinet was still intact, right? And he kind of like threw it off of his shoulder, like lifted it off, like pushed it off, like let it fall off. But y'all, do you know, when we got up, all we saw was the window that we were in front of. And this is the reason why I'm sharing a dream today, because this is the first time that I realized this. And I was like, yo, how did I know that that's what I was doing? How did I know how the apartment house, whatever it was positioned in that way? But the window that we were facing towards, where we hid towards, when calling Yahweh Shem Yahushai, why were we praying facing the east? That window was facing the east as we were calling on Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And when we were seeing the destruction, we were facing the west. The west was being destroyed. Oh my gosh. Right? So this is why I'm sharing it today, like two or maybe 2 or 3 years later. Call on like Yahweh Shem Yahushai. When we came on once, okay, let me calm down. Once we came back up from off the floor, and my husband like threw it off of his back, we looked around us. Everything was smithereens. Everything was red, dusty. It reminded me of Total Recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger went to so-called Mars, and then you could see like the debris, and then you can see everything was so red. It was like so hot, but we didn't feel like heat. It was at most, it was humid for us. We felt it like you felt humid. But the craziest part about it, everything was all dust, and you could see like these little little amber ashes still kind of like floating about that was still lit, right? And the window where we were facing, that window was just sitting there, hovering, fully intact. It wasn't attached to the building. It wasn't attached to anything. It was just hovering. So the whole world was red. Everything was red and smoky, and you didn't see not one person. You didn't see no buildings. Everything was ash. But in that window itself, you can see nothing but green, blue skies. It wasn't even attached to anything. It was like we saw everything around us was demolished, dead, gone, boom, caboodle. But through the window we're facing, you see nothing but green, beautiful green pastures, like beautiful green grass, trees, and a beautiful blue sky that don't even look like the sky that we see. Like we look up, we see, oh, it's a beautiful day. No, it was not even like not like a sky blue. This was like a lapis lazuli color blue, you know? So when I just was thinking about that dream, Yahweh Shem Shai dropped it in my spirit and was like, we were facing the east. And the crazy thing is, when I pray in my bathroom, I pray out of my bathroom window, I'm facing the east, and it's a small window. So, but when I'm facing my front door, that's the west. It's so crazy, like in the house we actually live in. So I just wanted to share that. Because to me, it's like I always think about that dream, and I wanted to share it a few times. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna share it. Why? I didn't want to share it. Like, dang, I had it too long ago. So if it's not fresh, then I didn't want to share it. But no, today, how about Shem Yahshua? I dropped it in my spirit, and I realized we were actually facing the east when we were praying, and we weren't afraid. I know we're gonna be afraid if we live to see that long, or we're here to see the missiles coming. It was literally a hedge around us, a barrier around us. We felt that heat. We heard the impact. We felt the shake, but it was like Yahweh Shem Yahshai literally lightened that load. We felt that heat, but as it wasn't like that singy, that heat that's gonna kill you heat. It was like humid, like on a hot summer's day where you break a sweat, like, ooh, it's hot. That's how it felt. It didn't tarnish us. It was just, I just wanted to share that. I just pray that that's, hopefully it's faith boosting, because it's always been over the years, faith boosting for me, and my family and everything. But we were all protected in that dream. My daughter, I'm sure she wasn't home with us. She left with her friend. So, but I hope that this is a faith booster to the body, because I know it is to me. Just every time I think of it, but just realizing we was facing the east was crazy, and I just had to share it. I felt like that was the spirit saying, "Go ahead and share it." Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem Rukaku Dash Barakatah Shalom.